Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm back with another message Dee here right now. Let's hop right into it and find out what message your angels have for you today. From the jump, I am hearing that you definitely have a lot of people that are extremely envious of the powers that you guys have. And I also feel that there are people that are just envious of your power in general, because you guys may not know this, but you are extremely powerful, especially in the spiritual realms. And at times you may not feel that way about yourself because people are constantly trying to take this energy from you or make you forget who you are. But I definitely feel like lately you have been calling back your power in a way where people are noticing. So there's definitely a lot of evil eye going on right now. So continue to pray, keep moving forward. If you guys feel affected by this energy, just know that it will pass and just keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Another message I was hearing is that there are a few amount of people that have intuition that your destiny is big. And I feel like a lot of you out there are already going after big destinies, but what you are going to do next is even bigger than what you're doing before, or something you're working on is about to take off. I feel like for my people out there, especially those that have had enemies that are involved in spiritual work, they have an awareness about you that you may not even know about yourself. Like some of you guys even shared stuff about yourself with people that you thought you could trust, or some of you may have shared like your birth charts with people or something like that. Or you may have noticed that spiritual people have taken an interest in you, and not the good kind. And it's because they have dark energies around them that know that your destiny is really big. And I feel like that is why certain people wanted to be a part of your life, even if you guys didn't really want to be a part of theirs, and they ended up draining you or taking from you. I also feel like there is an individual that is getting readings on you or something like that, and it could be draining your energy a little bit. But again, I feel like you guys have learned that whenever you kind of feel that energy or feel off, to pray and continue and move forward. And you could be feeling like you're getting hit hard right now, but you are elevating super fast, and right now you could just be very sensitive to these energies as well. And another thing I want to say is that you shouldn't be afraid, because the reason why these people are so upset is because they know you're powerful, because nothing they do really actually touches you. I know, again, a lot of you could feel really affected by these energies, but a lot of what you're feeling as well is just you guys being spiritually aware of people that you need to send energy back to or pray about or move forward from. And also, again, your gifts make you super sensitive to energy and people. So at times you're going to feel things more intensely than others. And that's also something that these people are envious of, because they don't have gifts like that. I do feel like, again, a lot of people could claim to have spiritual gifts or have certain types of gifts, but your gifts are from the divine, and they help you move in a way that is super high vibrational. And it's a type of gift that cannot be emulated or learned. Another thing I'm hearing is that you have certain things about you that you do that people cannot copy, they cannot emulate, especially not your light. And again, I feel that there are times you guys may feel like your life is harder because of the gifts you have or the energy that people throw at you. But the truth is that there's a lot of things that you guys do effortlessly, including shine, even when you're feeling your lowest, or you still have this ability to show up and make people fall in love with you. And that's another thing I want to say. Like, you guys always have situations where people talk very highly of you and naturally take to you, and people are very envious of this quality. So whenever you're in a season where you are deciding to start something new or go into a new environment or pop out, there's always going to be people that love you and talk highly about you. But unfortunately, at times there's going to be a new enemy in every season of your life. So you could have even attracted a new enemy in this season, or you're still kind of recovering from the last enemies. But regardless, you will overcome this. And just like I channeled before on my I channeled it on the page where you write, I forgot what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I channeled the message for you guys, something about you are more divinely protected than you think. Like, that's the message that's coming through today. Like, you are extremely divinely protected. And sometimes when I channel, I forget the name of things, but my channelers out there, you guys know what I'm talking about. I also cannot spell when I'm channeling as well, which is really interesting. But quality time, yeah. So again, there's something going on where there are people from your past that they wanted to spend quality time with you because they thought that it was going to basically give them your blessings. Like, people really think that they can get around you and steal your energy and be a part of what you have going on. And what I'm hearing is that a reason why people realize you're so powerful is because no matter what, they cannot control or steer you in the direction that they want to steer you in. So some of you guys can even be very sweet, very kind, laid back, even passive, but no one's going to push you in a direction you don't want to go in. And I feel like there's an energy of somebody who was trying to do that to you, and it just didn't work. Like, they were trying to take over something that you guys had going on, or even take over your life or take over your energy or try to be like you. Some of you guys, it manifested in a friend who was trying to make make you move in the direction that they were moving in, or it manifested in somebody who was trying to take credit for your work. Doesn't matter, but the truth is that whenever anybody tries this with you, they get hit with some pretty serious energy that pushes them back. Like, people definitely sense an energy that pushes them away from you if they are doing something they shouldn't be doing, and it is very otherworldly. Part of your powers is the things that you guys cannot see. And I'm hearing, no, God, your angels, your ancestors do not play about you guys, because you are here for a spiritual purpose. And you being here doesn't only impact you greatly, but also the people that you help. So of course, God is going to bat for you guys because you do so much for others. But again, unfortunately, a lot of you guys wonder why you have to suffer so much or why you have to feel so horrible, especially in these seasons where you're just trying to get back up on your feet and people are throwing you so much energy. But the truth is that sometimes when you're feeling it the most is when you're doing better than what you think. And also, unfortunately, sometimes these energies can travel through other people. So a lot of you are in a season right now where you are cord cutting and cleansing and elevating and getting onto that new timeline. And there's people hanging on for dear life, trying to drag you back down, wishing that you'd still spend time with them or give them the energy you used to, and you're just not doing it anymore. There's another thing that people are quite pissed about, because there are seasons in your life where some of you may have felt like your enemies have won, or they depleted you, or you weren't at your best because of a relationship or person, or things that were out of your control. But your ability to bounce back is actually insane. And people see that in you, and it pisses them off because they exhaust all their energy. If some of you guys, if it was doing hexes or curses or spiritual work, or for some of you guys, it's actually exhausting themselves, spreading rumors and gossip and whatever, right? Smear campaigns, like exhausting themselves, trying to eliminate you or get you to quit. And there could be times where it works a little bit, right? But you guys are right back on your feet, whether it be a month or a week or even a year later, doesn't matter. You recover, and you recover quicker and faster than most people would given the circumstances. You guys get hit 10 times harder than a lot of people because of your destiny, your purpose. And the one thing these energies want you to do is give up, and you guys don't do that. And if you do redirect or quit your energy and move in a new direction, it's because you were called to do so. That's another thing that pisses people off, whether it be just because they can't stop you or it irritates their demons that they can't throw you off the path that God has planned for you. And another thing as well, you're always gonna be a light in this world. No one's gonna corrupt your spirit, your heart. That's another reason why you guys are powerful. You never give in to the darkness. You never give in to the being a good person and following your path, even though it may be hard. So your spirit cannot be corrupted, and that does piss people off because you're never going to try to take a shortcut or to make other people happy or to get some kind of material gain or anything like that of this world. And yeah, we got the final two. Okay, yeah. The thing I want to say too as well is that people constantly compare themselves to you, and you do ignite a competitive air in a lot of individuals. And I do feel like you could feel that too as well. Like you're just trying to chill or have a partnership or a friendship, and people are constantly triggered by and comparing themselves to you. I'm also seeing Libra energy. You guys can have Libra qualities, or a Libra can be involved in a situation in your life. I'm also hearing that like you think that situations are done and over with from people from your past, but people tend to get obsessed with you guys because you have this light worker healer energy. And that's the thing. It's like the best thing that they're ever going to experience in their life, and their ego sometimes makes them fumble. Like, what could it possibly be a good connection for them? I also feel as well that you are meant to come into a lot of people's life as a teacher, a guide, as a friend, but there's just so many people who try to come in and be more than that, as in like take over your life or your energy or get closer to you than what they need to be doing. And it also affects them negatively because, again, I always say this too, but if you guys are new here, welcome. If you are a light worker and a healer, a lot of times you do get energetically attacked a lot, and you guys have spiritual knowledge or even just the strength and the understanding of the world. Even if you are new here, you're not practicing spirituality, but you resonate with this message, right? You've had past lives or spiritual experiences or some kind of awareness that God said you're ready for, or you're ready for, whatever it is your beliefs, right? But the point I'm trying to say is that you have a level of skill that makes you able to handle certain energies or certain tough stuff that other people don't. And when they want to get around you, if they're not ready, it's also for their own protection that they don't stay around you, because they're going to get attacked too in that way if they are in your light. And that's why I always say this, but your divine partnerships need to be approved by God or your angels, because you guys will have a high amount of people that turn on you or become your enemy because they can't handle the negativity or the energetic turmoil that they have to go through to stay in your energy field. So unfortunately, it turns them away from you. Or if some of you guys believe in spiritual warfare, those energies are going to attack them because they're going to attack the closest people to you. And that's why a lot of you guys have had seasons of isolation. I did that video that you guys liked about a couple weeks ago about how people are envious that you are a loner. And this is alongside the same message, because it's like you guys don't really want to be a loner, and people are jealous of the fact that you could survive on your own, but you guys know how to regenerate and recharge your energy just spiritually, or just following divine direction every single day of what it is you need to do to get back on track. And also, yes, you do have seasons where you're down and out, and you do have seasons where you feel like you can't bear much longer, and you guys do feel weak at time periods, and you do need help, right? You're not invincible, but these enemies of yours seem to think that you guys are made of stone. And I know a lot of you guys could find that very obnoxious and annoying, but the truth is that you've always been stronger than these people. That is why they're trying to take you out. That is why they're so bothered by you. And there's a good amount of people right now that are scared of your come up, because you're not at where you're gonna be. You're gonna be much further than where you're at right now as far as success, and people sense you coming. So some of you guys are in an environment, or you're in some sort of job or workforce, or something that you're doing, or a dream or a goal, or something you're already posting. This could be something in the works, or an idea, or something that you haven't even gotten started on, that people can sense, or a talent that you have, obviously, that people have seen. But for some of you, it's like you have stepped foot in a new environment, and people know that you are a big fish already, basically. Like, you are gonna grow super fast or whatever, something like that. And there's a lot of people that are just already kind of preying on your downfall, and it's due to their own insecurity or their own lack of movement in their own life. And there's also a reason why people don't have the success that they want, and they compare themselves to people like you. Number one, like, if you are anointed to do something in this lifetime, nothing's gonna stop you, and it's gonna look like you're shining easier and better than others at a certain thing. But the truth is that you've trained for this anointing, or for this thing that you're about to do. I'm hearing in silence or in private. So just because you come onto a scene and you're new there doesn't mean you're new at anything, right? You guys already embody a lot of skills, and you do a lot of practicing and spiritual work to get you where you are today, even if it's not exactly that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when God chooses you, or when you are anointed to do something, like, it's because you went through the trials and tribulations to get there. And not only that, there are certain purposes that you guys have that other people want, but it's not meant for them. And those are going to be the most hostile and annoying people to deal with. And also, it's going to be the people that are meant to be there, but unfortunately they're not in a healthy mindset, or they're not dealing with the challenges of whatever said thing they're doing the right way. And they see your talent as that you guys can't share that. Like, you have to be in competition with each other. And so there's going to be people that want to work with you, align with you, because they see you're moving in a good direction for positive reasons. And there's going to be people that automatically see you as an enemy or an op. Even if they don't present as that. And you guys can sense that. So you can sense when people are coming at you with bad intentions, good intentions. Again, your centers are up right now because of the elevating that you're doing, and how important it is for you guys to stay focused, stay in your own energy. We've got the free spirit here. And I always get this from the collective, and I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys are like this, and I'm getting Sagittarius energy, but also by water signs, very fluid, very flowing. You know when it's time to pick up and leave. But also, I do feel like, again, you guys do have this reputation of being free-spirited, or being very strong-minded, or even being someone who could be flighty. But the truth is that you are so energetically sensitive that when something is not for you anymore, you push your energy, like, you push that energy out of your life, or you move really quickly, or you decide to just shift gears. Like, your energy and your gifts are so strong that you can't bear to stay in an environment that isn't for you. So it isn't you just being impulsive. It's like God is telling you got to go, so you go. Not only that, a lot of you are just allowing yourself the time to rest right now, and that people can be pissed about that too. But what I'm sensing too is that some of you really do have a hard time letting go and being free-spirited and letting things flow, and you're trying your hardest right now to go through this spiritual transformation and trust. But I do feel that you're doing a great job here. And there is just something about you guys seem so nonchalant and unbothered. And I know that behind the scenes, a lot of you guys could be dealing with not only your stress, but other people's energies that they have thrown onto you. And I was talking about this in the live that I did, and I usually keep those up for 24 hours. So they're on my Patreon for free if you guys want to check that out, along with my monthly predictions and other things I have going on, exclusive collectives. Yeah, I'll leave the link below if you guys don't know about that. But I was just talking about that. Like, you know, you guys have this energy where it's like, you just come across as like so unbothered. And again, it's for multiple reasons. You guys are not here to make your problems other people's problems. So you're not one to really complain or even post or anything about your struggles, or, you know, so people just don't really know what you guys are going through behind the scenes. And not only that, you're not one that is easily, I'm hearing easily offended. So another thing that people are bothered by is that people think that, like, there's definitely something that went on here, that somebody tried to insult you, or people tried to get under your skin, and people see how unbothered you really are. And I know for a lot of you, maybe it took you a while to get here because you've been through so much and you heard everything in the book. So, you know, but what I'm hearing is that, like, yeah, People are pissed right now because they don't know how to get under your skin. There are people that want you to give up and stop, but all you guys do is take a break and get back on the horse. And you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. You know how to get yourself back on track. And if you are on periods where you just feel like you can't bear much longer, take a break, do some self-care, and you're going to be fine. Let's see. Another message, in your head, some of you guys could be experiencing headaches right now, and are just feeling a lot of people in your energy field, dreaming about people. It is not in your head. You are elevating, so there are a good amount of people that sense that they no longer have an energetic hold on you. You no longer care what they're doing, what they're up to. There's also people that are sensing that you guys are going somewhere. And again, a lot of you could be stepping into new success, or you recently had a lot of success and people can see that, especially if it's something you're posting about. And if some of you guys, if you did post some kind of accolade or award or graduation or something, and you felt a little bit of a headache after, or weird energy, that is the evil eye. Remember to cord, cut, and cleanse. I know a lot of you guys don't just want to hide from the world because you're experiencing this, but there's going to be time periods where you feel extra sensitive, or you feel called to private some things, or just live in silence, and that's perfectly fine too. Do whatever you feel called to. But I feel for my people out there who need to be putting yourselves out there. You can't delete your social media, you work online, you're a model, you need to be seen, you need to be noticed, right? Like, and a lot of you guys are working towards that, being seen and noticed more. And if you're in a season right now where you're showing more of yourself than ever, or going after things more than ever, or preparing to do that, you're going to get hit hard before you start, and you're also going to get hit hard when you get started. But when the success flows, you're also going to get hard, because that's also people seeing your success. However, those are different types of energetic turmoil you guys may experience. I feel like before you get started, it's going to be like the doubt, the anxiety, the confusion, taking that first step. Once you do, you might get some energy, some momentum, some excitement, that's God, guiding you. And then you're going to have moments where you're just like, I want to give up. But blessing comes and you feel really good. But then after that, you'll feel exhausted or tired. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like there's a lot of different energies that can hit you guys because of all the eyes that are on you. And I feel like, again, it's not in your head that right now in this very moment, somebody here is wishing that you just give up and stop. But people see you as a threat, and whatever it is that you guys are doing, in whatever environment you're in. And here's the thing too, just based upon your power, just based upon your anointing, I'm hearing that word strong today, and I don't really use it too much, but I'm hearing that. And based upon your light, like you got that glow about you, that you're going somewhere, you're doing things, people love you, people pay attention to you, people want to spend time with you, you seem unbothered, you got that star quality, a lot of you guys already have graduated in some kind of spiritual lesson. And with the B word here, the Queen of Swords energy, it's like you're not dealing with anyone's BS. So that's the other thing as well. A lot of you have experienced in the past where you implemented boundaries, or you put your foot down, like you were a little bit afraid to do so because you were met with backlash, someone just going off on you or whatever. Now you guys just don't care. Like, I feel that, again, you don't care if people think that you're the B word or the A word or whatever, right? You're like, you know that in order to get where you need to be, you got to be in your power. So you are unapologetically you, and it's extremely attractive to the right people. But there are certain people from your past that wish that they could still have access to a version of you that questioned your power, a version of you that questioned if you were being too mean, or if you were, perhaps too harsh or wrong, or second guess yourself, or second guess your talent, your gifts, your intuition. But you're no longer that person anymore. And God is guiding you to the right path for you. So that's why a lot of you guys eliminated a lot of people, because this path is not for the weak. This path is not for people that want to hold on to everyone and everything. This path is not for people that want to stay stuck. Like, you have to accept sometimes that God gives us free will. So certain people you love, you have to step away from, even if they are the love of your life at certain points, or they are a family member or a friend. Doesn't mean you have to cut people off forever. But when you are called to do something that you need to do, or you have strong gifts, it's almost impossible and unbearable to be around hating ass people, negative ass people, toxic ass people. And so you're getting the hell out of there, I'm hearing, like whatever that means, and you're moving forward. And you got the hell out of there, I'm hearing too as well. Because, I was channeling in the live I just did. It was like, people are talking about you. They're saying, where the hell did this person go? Like, what happened to them? They changed. And a lot of people think that something catastrophic could have happened to you because of how different you are now. But the truth is that you are just ready for that next level, and you've been praying and preparing for it. You've been praying and preparing for whatever it is that God has planned you to do. And not only that, you've been working towards a huge blessing. And that is why right now you could be, again, feeling it, getting hit hard, feeling the evil eye. People are jealous of the fact that they can't make you give up no matter what. And there was an energy here of someone or something that thought that you were quitting, but you didn't, right? So And that can mean anything, so from a goal, a dream, or to some of you guys dealing with depression and stuff like that. But you pulled through a lot of the energy. That's not you, you know? I feel like you guys are trying to get back to you, but you're not the old you anymore either. There was a time where maybe you guys did feel more free-spirited or even better than how you feel now. But with everything you learned and everything you had going on, everything you experienced, all the horrible energies of people that you had to take it on, you're releasing that. You will get back to feeling good again. I assure you that. But it's going to be a different version of good than what you experienced before. An even better version is what I'm hearing, because I think that a lot of you guys missed the old version of yourself, but the old version of yourself was also a little bit more naive. You know more now so that you can go after something bigger. And sometimes it does take that toughness and that strength to get there, and that becoming the B word. Some of you guys are like, oh, I used to be so much nicer. Oh, I used to be so much more, you know, naive. Oh, I missed before I knew all this spiritual knowledge, or before I got my heart broken, before I knew about all these low vibrational people, before I saw into the spiritual realm or knew about spiritual warfare, whatever, right? But everything you know makes you more powerful. Knowledge is truly power. I am a life path 7, guys. I'm not so deep into the, you know, the numerology stuff, but I have a lot of 7s there. So your guys loves to learn. Knowledge is truly power. And I think that one of the things that really kept me going too as well is that before I knew about all this stuff too, is that I just saw everything that was thrown at me as a challenge. And I took everything that people threw at me as a learning opportunity or something to overcome. And I think that's a lot of your guys' energy too. Even before you guys may have realized that there was spiritual attack or evil eye, you're just thinking, okay, there's a challenge, I'm gonna overcome it. So that is how a lot of these people who are so angry and envious are even more angry and envious, because there is nothing that can throw at you that will stop you. You will take anything someone throws at you and make it a lesson, I'm hearing, and laugh in their faces. So there's people who feel like you literally laugh at them, like they're afraid of you. You laugh, like I had a channeled message that was in one of my decks that I wrote, like things that made you cry before now make you laugh. Like you guys are so used to bullshit that you laugh at it now. You're like, oh, here we go again, you know? Like some of you guys, like you're so used to people sending their negative ass energy at you and dealing with some dark stuff that, like, even the demons themselves are scared of you guys, for real, because you laugh at them, because you're like, what do you want now? Who sent you? You know, I rebuke you. And you know, and some of you guys, you don't play around, or your ancestors don't play around. But I think there's a lot of you out there that question the protection or the love that God has for you because you've been through so much. But I feel like it's because you had to learn how to fight for yourself and handle things on your own so that you could see how powerful you are. And there's something about you guys also being sort of this, like, I'm hearing an energy of almost people underestimating you, because there's something about you guys being people's karma, and that you kind of are here to take on that in a way. Like, I don't know why, like, anybody would want that, and I'm channeling it, and it's weird, because sometimes I question it too, like, things that I channel, I'm like, okay, why would anybody want that? That sucks. That's terrible. Even some of the stuff I go through, I come on here and tell you guys all the time, like, especially you guys tell me, like, you're going through it, and you're feeling all this craziness, and I get it. Some days are extremely tough when you are on this path, and you're gifted, and you're feeling everything, and people just don't relate to you. But here on the collective, we do. You know, my LOVEEXISTS healers, there's a lot of us out there. You may feel like you're in a minority, and you are, but it doesn't mean that you're alone in this journey. But, you know, the point I'm trying to say is that there's so much stuff thrown at you that you're just like, wow, like, you question if somebody or if God is looking out for you, or anybody is at certain points. But you are being looked after. The seasons where you're left out in the cold are your seasons of, like, you wake the fuck up and you're like, yeah, I'm getting this right now. You know what I mean? I'm getting where I need to be. That's what I'm hearing. Like, it's almost like to ignite a fire in you, but also I'm hearing like God wants to flex his greatest creation. Like, you know, like I feel like you guys are, and it's such a weird thing to channel, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, God, your angels are proud of you guys. They're like proud of how strong you are. They know what you're capable of. They want you to know what you're capable of. They want you to know how strong you are. And they want you to flex on people and be like, yeah, I'm still kicking, right? Look what you threw at me. You know, like, it is almost like you were meant to kind of transform through this dark energy that you've dealt with and fought and overcame. And from some of you guys, it was one tough experience. For a lot of guys, it's multiple, almost like a death and rebirth in this lifetime. And that's not an easy path, guys, but this is something you guys can flex. Like, you got this toughness, this strength to you that people could not match, even on your worst days. Because when you're feeling down and out, you're still powerful. You're still protected. And that's something you guys need to know. And the thing is that there's so many people out there that don't even realize, like, there's a day where you guys may show up and you feel like you're just like not your best self, but you're still performing at a high capacity. And that's another reason why a lot of you guys need a break, because you have this ability to perform when you're under so much energy or scrutiny. Some of you guys have dealt with so much, even publicly, and you still keep showing up. You still keep doing it. And that's super impressive. You are divine. Your eyes have depths and others know you are powerful. Embrace it. See, oh my gosh, these are channeled messages that I had. And this one goes right on point. Your eyes. People can be jealous of your guys' eyes too. Maybe sometimes your eyes feel watery or scratchy too as well. For some of you guys actually do have beautiful eyes. Again, there's a lot of evil eye here, but I know a lot of you guys already know how to deal with that. Please keep praying. And evil eye just makes you feel so funky sometimes, so muggy, so like you're not doing a good job, like you want to quit. So cleanse that energy, guys, and get back on that horse, because you are doing a good job. But your eyes have depth to it. That's what, if you guys believe in past lives or stuff like that, like there's something more to you, and people know that about you, even if you haven't reached any kind of success yet. When you step into a room, you're just different. You're just different. Your energy's different. Your energy's powerful, and it shifts everything around you. People know it. People know it. And we've said it here before, but I'm here to remind you guys, because sometimes we forget. We forget how loved we are. We forget how appreciated we are here on this planet. Happens to me all the time. And then once in a blue, I'll get a really positive comment, or someone on my Patreon or something will tell me, you know, how much my messages have helped them and everything like that. I have letters that some of you guys have wrote me from my first channel. Like, I keep all of that, because there are times where the negativity is so tough on me too that I lose sight for a minute about what I'm doing here and how it's impacting and helping people. So I know if it happens to me, it happens to you guys too. And you don't have to be doing anything big and grand. If you are a great sister, brother, mother, you know, follower of God, just a spiritual person, a good person, you are impacting people positively. But I'm here to tell you, today's message is that you are so much more powerful than you think, and so much more capable than you think of something great and grander than what you're doing now. And you guys have entered a timeline shift, so you can make shit happen for yourself. Okay, so you're about to make stuff happen. Okay, magic's about to happen all around you. You're preparing for it. Sometimes you got to go through the worst and meet the worst of the worst and see the worst in people, so that you can learn who's the good ones to take with you on the next level, because you're going places and you're going to take some people with you too as well. Amen to that. You are that girl/guy, a lot of people's first choice, including theirs. You are a light. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what song I was hearing? Really random, but like the Nelly Furtado song where he says like, "I want you on my team, so does everybody else." Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Like, people want you on their team, so there could be some envy that comes from people that once were a partner or a friend to you, but they did not allow others to share space with you, right? Because you guys cannot have people that want to possess you for their own agenda. And you're going to have people that seemingly love you and want that, but they're not sharing enough space for the right people to come in. And those people got to go too. So you guys may have eliminated people from your life that were not actually supporting you on your journey. And that's a difficult thing too. And I think that's what a lot of you guys have experienced in relationship with people, where they come in really helpful and kind and at first, and they really kind of even seem to pick you up off your feet and get you going on things. But then when you start to kind of get into your groove and get your power back and move in a certain direction that you feel called to, they have a problem with that. You got to watch out for people like that, because there are certain people that they may not be able to grow alongside with you, even if they were called upon your path or were on your path at a certain time period. Like, certain people are meant to be short lessons, and that's another thing I teach. It's like, it may feel toxic, but there is kind of like an energy of accepting that certain people are going to be coming in and out of your life throughout the course of your lifetime, depending on what you're doing here, especially if you're a fast-paced mover or you are doing something really big and grand, especially involving spiritual energy. Because if people are not good with themselves or good with God or good or right, you know, they're going to possibly turn on you or turn into an enemy if they cannot accept your light, basically, is what I'm seeing, or the path that God has planned for you or them, right? Because like, I'm saying this a lot because people don't understand that there are fated encounters and fated people and amazing people that God has planned for us to meet, but there's also free will. And again, there could be situations where people that you have strong soul connection to start acting funky, or they choose to not make changes. And as a light worker and a healer, the reason why you guys are here is to reach to people and touch the people that you can impact and change. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm actually saying that, like, you guys have impacted people to make good decisions and change their life and empowered a lot of people. But when you are an empowerment person that empowers others, And when you get even more empowered, it's also going to piss off people that benefited from disempowering others, or even you when you were not as strong as what you are now, is what I'm going to say. Or yeah, I feel like there's seasons where you're strong, but then things happen and you might not be at your strongest, and then people can come in. And I always say this too, you got to be wary of the people that come in when you're kind of at your lowest, because they may seem to be the ones that, you guys ever been in situations where you're so down and out that you have hard times even making decisions, and so someone comes in and is so decisive and like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and you're like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, you know, like those type of people are great to have around because they're strong and they direct you, but at times like those type of personalities can also be not great for you because they're seeing that you're not really strong enough, so they're trying to push you in a certain way, or they're almost attracted to the weakness in you. And there's gonna be people that come in when you're weak and want to help you out and see that and are a good person too. I'm saying that there is people out there, but what I'm trying to say is that, you know, a lot of you guys have told me or shared before, you know, you've had relationships with people that they came in a low point, and that kind of makes people feel like you owe them something if they help you out with something, or that makes you feel like you owe them or they owe you or whatever, right? But the truth is that you guys have come in and helped a lot of people when they were down and out, and you never came collecting, you know. Like I was just thinking about this too, guys, because I was on Instagram. You guys can follow me on there, Queen Alice Love, and I've been on YouTube for quite a long time, and there's certain people that I have followed back throughout the course of my career, and I have seen people go from like, I've helped them from the most toxic relationship ever to happily married, and I see it on my timeline. And there's people I lose contact with, but I still see them, and they maybe came to my channel for a season and probably never touched on a video ever again. But it doesn't mean that I'm mad at that. Like, I feel like that's part of my purpose. Like, if you came here for a season and I gave you what you needed and you're happy now, then I did what God put me on this planet to do. Here's the thing, there's not a lot of people that are like that. But even spiritual workers, they want to keep you stuck or coming back to their readings or their stuff because that makes them money, or we're operating from a different energy. The energy I operate is like, okay, like if God brings someone in my life, whether it be personal or professional, for a season or for whatever, it's because they needed that at that time period, or I did, or vice versa. And we don't, like, love is not something that we could just latch on to and that makes it more real. Like, love is actually when you give to others. I think it's like a proverb, and it's like, it's easy to love people who love you, but what about people who don't love you back, right? Like, so you guys have helped people who maybe didn't love you back or didn't even respect you, but you kept it moving. And the point of this is that, like, there are certain people that are not in the energy, right? So they seemingly say they love you, but they're not happy to see you shine. I always channeled that one song, like, hope you don't get famous, that French Montana song, because no one's gonna love you like I do. It's like, that's not a good energy to be in. You gotta be with people that are moving in the direction of your goals and your dreams, and they wanna see you shine. Yes, people deal with their own insecurities and fears, but when there's love there, truly, people wanna work through that. So you guys have to be wary of people that want to guilt and manipulate you off of your path and off of your agenda. You're not that person anymore, and this is why you guys are powerful. You never were one to deviate from your path. I was watching like some story time on YouTube or whatever, just like woman, and this thing kind of blows my mind where like people have had experiences where they were in relationship with people and they let like this person or the situation kind of tell them, no, you can't go after your goals or dreams or whatever, or a certain relationship with a person affect them to the point where they're no longer doing what they need to be doing, or even treating others badly because that person manipulate them to do that or whatever, right? But you guys are not that type of person. Like, you can go through seasons where people treat you badly, or you've been in toxic relationships where you're not yourself, or even lost out or lost money to people. But the thing I'm trying to say is that you'll never let it go that far, because you're like, nope, God is telling me no, I'm gonna keep it moving. Sorry, like, you're in the way of what God put me here to do. That's power. It takes a lot of power. And there's simple things too that like people have commended me for, like, wow, you're so powerful, because I'm like, I thought that was normal. I thought that was normal to say no to something like that, you know? But that's what I'm saying. Like, as a light worker and a healer, you already come with some kind of divine knowledge and strength that people don't embody. So there's constantly people pulling and taking from your strength. And some people because they need it, and some people because they're energy vampires. And it's okay to have seasons where you give your energy to people, but there's gonna be people that when they're strong again, they give back to you and they're appreciative of it, but there's gonna be people who just take. And I always say this, and I'll say it a million times. The people that keep taking, and they don't give back, and they keep trying to drag you down, those are the people you cannot help anymore. But there's gonna be situations where you have the energy to give and the time, and you do that because you guys are loved and you can constantly regenerate yourself, is what I'm trying to say. But you can't regenerate yourself if you're constantly letting these energies back in that aren't good for you, or you're letting people have you stay in a disempowered state. So don't mean to get preachy on you guys, but yeah, I just want to say this. Like, you know, people sometimes be like, oh, I haven't been here in a while or whatever. I feel like the messages find you when they're meant to be found. And some of you guys, you've been here a long time and you stay here, and I love you guys for that, my supporters. But there's gonna be situations where you may just go to this video, you love it, never see you again, and that's completely fine. But if I give you that message that helps you, that's what I'm here to do, okay? I just wanted to say that too, is because I've been seeing this, and I think this is actually a really good message for you guys, because I have seen some people that that I have known in the past, just through, like, you know, doing spiritual work or doing readings for them. Maybe we're friendly at a certain point, we fall off, and they're doing really well, and I love to see that. Like, I love to see that people move forward with their life and people make great decisions and get back on that horse. And I'm not even taking credit for it either. Maybe I'd help, maybe I didn't, but you know, I think that there's also going to be stories where people don't realize that your energy or your help or your advice did get them to where they are today, but you guys don't need that credit either. But you do have a reputation for being extremely powerful and empowering. And that's another reason why a lot of people, especially people like third parties, people you date or friends or family of people you guys are close to, the toxic ones, they don't like you, because when you go into people's presence, you automatically give them your energy a little bit. And I know about soul ties and all that other stuff, but you share energy with people, even if you share space with them, it's just inevitable. Or even a close friendship when you're talking every day. I always say this too, I'm not the type of person that likes to talk to people every day because I'm not sensitive to energy. But yeah, you guys don't realize how much others' energies can impact you. So yeah, again, I just want to say this because, like, people do feel good and empowered when they're around you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I think there's time periods where people don't feel good around you because they're throwing shit at you and you're throwing it back at them, or they're getting karma for the way they're treating you. And if people are saying that you're the negative one, it's because they're not getting what they want out of you. Because the truth is that if somebody was not getting something from you, they would leave you alone. But you guys have a track record of people constantly being in your energy, and that's not in your head. Let's see what else we have going on here. You're an unbothered king/queen. They try to get a reaction, but you don't give an F. I told you guys, see? Right in alignment with what I'm saying. You guys have a reputation for not giving an F. Like, also, like, it's not in your head that people are trying to get under your skin, but also, a lot of you just don't care, or you're not even paying attention to it, honestly. That's the thing. I think you guys have such a way of just not internalizing the things that people say to you, because maybe you've been through a lot and you've gotten over it, or you've always been this way. But you are a lot stronger than the average person, even though you may feel weaker or more sensitive. Like, you're sensitive, but that's a strength. You know what I mean? Like, you can feel weaker because your gifts make you feel so much anxiety or so overwhelmed or just so, like, checked out at times. But that doesn't mean you are weaker. It just means that you feel a lot and you're drained. But you're actually stronger in a sense where you're never going to be pushed in a direction you don't want to go and told what to do or put up with BS. And yeah, hell yeah, okay? And again, there's people trying to probably insult you or get under your skin or say stuff about you. You guys don't even care. I'm hearing, she said she's my op. I didn't know, I had to look her up, you know? People are like, oh, this person says something about you. I'm getting this energy where you're like, who is that? Okay, whatever, you know? You're like, I don't even know who that is, so how can they have an opinion of me? Exactly. Some of you guys who are out there in the spotlight, like, you really learn to, like, not really care what people think, because you're like, that person doesn't know me, I don't know them. Why am I gonna get all worked up over that, you know? You are a savage. You don't hold back, do you? You scare the shit out of them. Okay, well, yeah, so this is talking about your power. You guys scare people. Another thing I want to say, too, is that you got people scared because I'm hearing, like, your silence scares people. I feel like there's a side of you guys, like, when you're pushed, but I don't think that today's message is that. Today's message is more like you just have this way of cutting people off and becoming cold towards people. And this is what you guys needed to learn, to super cut off, like, to super cut cords, like, super fast. That's what I'm hearing. Like, to cut cords in a way, yeah, through all these tough experiences you guys have gone through, you've learned to master energy. And it's crazy if you guys have come to this video and you didn't do spiritual work, because you have learned to do that in your own senses. Like, I've met some people who have, like, this, like, light worker healer energy, but they're not spiritual people in the sense where they're aware of what's going on, but they've learned to kind of how to call back their power. Maybe they work out a lot, or they're very positive, or they just naturally withdraw themselves from certain people, or they just have a certain mentality that's healthy. They just don't let life get them down. Like, they just have ways about them that makes them super strong. I commend those people, because if I didn't have spirituality or understanding of that, I would feel like I was crazy. but everybody handles energy differently. I think my people who are more in tune to spirituality or have been in this world, you guys have gifts in a way where you need to know about spirituality and how to practice it in order to protect yourself. But there's certain people that a little bit more, they're a little bit more detached from the spiritual knowledge of what's going on, but they still are able to stay positive in this world. And, you know, with just prayer and positive energy and just not dealing with people's BS. Some people are just naturally strong, and power to them. And you guys are one of those people, okay? We got the villain here. I'm hearing that makes me a villain, so be it. Yeah. The other thing as well is that you guys are okay with being the villain in people's stories. These are all the things that you are okay with now. Maybe you have dealt with in the past and was a little bit irking to you, but now I feel like you guys are realizing, like, God has a plan for you. Don't matter what anyone else thinks. In the eyes of God, you guys are amazing, okay? Good things are happening for you guys, and the opinion of someone who's literally negative and toxic doesn't even matter. Right now, people think you're gonna go and steal what's theirs, okay? And maybe you are, okay? But it's not theirs to begin with if it's part of your destiny. There's an energy here of people afraid that you're gonna come take back what's yours, or take what's yours, or take your throne, or take a throne, or something like that, here to make friends. It's so funny because you guys are, like, the crazy thing about my Lightworkers and Healers, you guys are so open-hearted, good people, like, so sweet, even naive at times, because you still assume everyone operates the way you do with good intentions, right? But you're out here just, I'm gonna have friends, my head's in the clouds sometimes, like, I'm dreaming, I want to make friends. But there's another side of you that people are afraid of. But it's interesting because you really do, like, don't have this side of you that's tough. Like, it's not obvious to people all the time, but it comes out when it needs to. It's an energy, right? And it's also an energy that people can sense if they're about to mess with you, right? Or people are inspired by and they love. But it's funny because I'm seeing a lot of you guys are just so, like, wow, like, I just want to make friends, be happy, like, very idealistic, open-hearted people. And they're just like these villains over here that are like, screw that person, like, da-da-da-da, you know? They're going to get what's coming to them, basically. Self-elimination. Like, there's certain people that are going to eliminate themselves from your life because they're afraid of what's going to happen to them karmically if they stick around. Yeah, there's a certain energy here. Basically, I'm seeing of somebody who eliminated themselves from your life because they knew that they were starting to get envious or resentful of you, and they knew how spiritually protected you were. So if they continue to send that energy at you, they knew that something bad was going to happen to them. So they just took themselves out because they're like, oh, like, I know this person's a good person and it pisses me off. So yeah, people have dealt with their own darkness by eliminating themselves from your life, basically. Or you guys sensed that and you eliminated them. Leap of faith. Yeah, it's amazing that you guys have been through so much and you still can keep this, like, lighthearted, loving energy and have a leap of faith towards love, your dreams. Like, you never stop believing in the good in the world. And I feel that if you're having a hard time with that, you're gonna get that back, because just because these villains exist or these negativities exist, like, they're all to discourage you away from the amazing things that are out there. And if you're an amazing person with a big heart, there's other people out there like that, and you'll find them, especially if you're feeling alone right now. Someone around this person knows you're right. You see right through them. People tend to interfere with your connections, right? I feel, again, like, this is a big thing for Lightworkers and Healers. Like, other people trying to pull people away from you. People trying to pull you away from what could be good for you. A lot of, like, influences. So one thing that makes you guys so powerful is that you learn not to let anybody influence your decisions. And other people that are meant to be on your path are going to have that same quality. They could hear opinions and be like, well, my gut's telling me this, so I'm going to go in that direction. And it takes spiritual elevation to be there. And so people are also envious of the fact that you guys have really great intuition, but this takes time to build. The reason why people have this gift but they don't use it properly is because they don't want to listen to their intuition or let go of things that aren't good for them. You guys are willing to do that. You're like, okay, next destination. You guys have skipped unnecessary chapters in your life. You have skipped unnecessary lessons. Like, I know, like, I felt like you went through a lot of lessons, but there are seasons where you guys have been alone a lot because you just opted out of that lesson or opted out of that journey that you didn't need to take. Like, you decided you were going to pray and wait for the right person to come along instead of having another toxic ex, right? Like, you just don't partake in the things that are not necessary for your spiritual growth or for where you want to go. And you're getting really good at seeing through the BS and seeing in alignment who is good for you and who isn't, or who potentially could be a problem down the road. You put things on the map. Someone wants your guy/girl. Watch out. You make anybody look like a prize. And don't forget that, guys. You guys are the prize, okay? God will send you a partner who sees that as well, but doesn't try to take that away from you. Anybody who is with you guys is blessed, okay? And vice versa. Like, you guys should be with someone who is a blessing as well to be with, to be around. And another thing as well is that people are envious because they know you deserve better, period, than what, okay, so say it's like a work situation, right? You guys deserve better than whatever you're getting right now. You deserve to be paid more. You deserve more viewership or whatever. You deserve more sales, whatever. People know that you deserve more. And that is why certain people who do better than you are kind of envious of you, because the talk is that you deserve more and that you're going places and that you're going to be very successful very soon. Like, people know that you're going to blow up, or it's just a matter of time, because they see how you move and how you operate. And so even some of you guys have dealt with evil eye from bosses or people that were above you because they knew that you belonged in that position more than they did. And it's crazy because you guys will have people that are genuine and tell you this, but there's going to be people who don't. Or if there's people you dated that will try to bring you down because they know that you deserve someone who can treat you better. But the people that will know that and maybe admit to that will try their best, and you're going to love them for that. And again, you guys are not here chasing the next best thing. So you're loyal to a boss or loyal to your lover because you're a good person. You want to see things thrive. The only time you're out the door is when you see people starting to turn on you for the good job you're doing out of the kindness of your heart, which is crazy, right? So people definitely sense they have a big destiny, and that is why you can't play it small. That's what I'm trying to say. People are jealous of the fact that even if when you're trying to play it small and do your job, that you are bigger and brighter than where you're at. So that's why a lot of you guys had to elevate out of a certain situation, relationship, places, people, and things. So that's the message I have for you guys. I can keep going on about this, but yeah, a lot of you guys also are realizing that you glue up, or people are telling you glue up, and there could have been a friend or a person that eliminated themselves from your life because of that. People are checking for you. You got to post it up. You're meant to be seen. And I know a lot of you are going through a phase right now where you have big dreams, but it's hard to kind of put yourself out there because of these energies. But keep doing it. You're going to get used to it. And for those that are already starting or in the middle of it and you're feeling really exhausted, just rest and get back at it, because you're just adjusting to this new version of you and this new spotlight that's on you and the success that either came already or is about to come, and more success is coming regardless. And people are going to get tired of throwing energy at you, and they're going to get their karma, and you're going to continue to glow and shine because you've already been through the worst of it. By the way, I feel like the next season of your life is going to be amazing. Okay, so thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Hope you like that message. Keep following your gut. It is leading you in the right direction. And I do see so many blessings coming, and get this fresh me energy, because even though you may feel like out of place when you're in a new environment, it doesn't mean that you can't be super successful super fast, or people don't see you as a threat, okay? Because I'm hearing this is not your first time here on earth, right? Or it's not my first rodeo, or you weren't born last night, or whatever, right? You got, I'm no spring chicken. I'm hearing all this stupid expressions, oh my gosh. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that, like, no one could, like, you kind of know, like, when you go to college and you get hazed, like, something like that, like, no one can haze you, no one can phase you, like, it's kind of what I'm hearing, because, like, you're so spiritually evolved. So that's kind of it. Like, you skip unnecessary hurdles in certain jobs or environments because of your intuition, because of God's protection, and because you just see right through BS, like, and you're not with the antics, and you don't need to be involved in the politics that people think that you need to be in order to succeed. So keep doing what you're doing. That's a special message for somebody, I feel like. And yeah, you have no problem being seen as the B word here. And that's what you need to know too. Don't worry about being seen as the B word, okay? Because, you know, you all have people apologizing for you. I'm apologizing that, yeah. I'm hearing people should be apologizing that they stepped on your shoe. Like, you guys have stepped into your power so much that people are afraid of stepping on your shoes now, okay? So that's a good thing. I know you guys don't want to come across like that, but when you are elevating and you got stuff that you care about to protect, you got to kind of put up this facade of being tough, and someone that isn't easy to manipulate, or someone that doesn't have a big heart, because you don't want people coming at you because they know this about you, right? Only the people closest to you that deserve this loving energy are going to get the true, authentic love that comes out of you. But everybody gets it when, like, when you guys are doing your job or your work, like, you're operating the energy you need to operate in, is what I'm saying. But when it comes to your inner world and all your thoughts and ideas, I think you guys are protecting yourself more. And that's what I mean when I say, you know, boundaries. You know, a lot of you guys feel like you're being a B word when you're just putting up boundaries. You know, just not being in the chat with certain people, putting your foot down and saying no. Running the show the way you want to, you know, running your career the way you want to, running your life the way you want to, running your family the way you want to. Hell yeah, okay? You have stepped in this power, okay? Some of you guys may have lost it a little bit, you know, but you stepped into it. A lot of you guys have always been this way. Just people have tried to deviate you off this or convince you that you are not that girl, that guy, when you are. Yeah, and a lot of people are going to try to compete with you guys, but they're not going to win, okay? So keep going. You got a lot of energies trying to throw themselves at you, throw stuff at you, but it ain't going to work. You keep it real. They know at the end of the day, all they have to blame is themselves, right? And people that have to be taken off your path, they knew at the end of the day, they only played themselves. You have a divine sparkle and create much easier than most. What are you waiting for? And that's what I wanted to wrap this up with. People are jealous of the fact that your gift that God has given you is easy for you to do. Even though it may not be easy for you to put yourself out there or to keep on the path, doesn't mean that your gift is not obvious, and you shine very easily at a lot of different things. So that's the message I have for you guys today. I hope you like it. And I want you guys to comment below. I'm sharing my divine gift with the world, okay? Thank you guys so much for making it to the end. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.